What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today I've put the legwork in. We have a ridiculous amount of Aspens ready to go. We have contract starry gems. Can we finally hit one on our own account? I have not a clue, but we're gonna try to hit something good here, and good lord, I pray this ends up good. It has been far too long that we have been doing this without anything good to come of it. Oh, it's getting tedious. Honestly, I'm even using the B- stone here. If we were ever to hit an A tier in today's video, or S tier or anything, it's gonna be on this stone right here. It's not going to be an A tier. I just know it. It's just I'm very pessimistic. Everything Idle Heroes right now, it feels like, whether it comes down to the events, the reward structures, heroes actually being good, I am so pessimistic. I'm trying to still look on the bright side, because as you guys know, in the past I've always looked on the bright side of everything, trying to talk about the good stuff. It gets to a point that something like this just starts getting to you every single month. There's a gala or a session or something. We go ahead and do it, and we continue to whiff. And I think what makes it worse is then I spend a lot of time on Reddit. So when I get to see all the people posting like, hey man, free to play account, I just started, I hit an SSS tier. It's like, it's so painful. I've done so many of these soul awakenings only to get nothing. Now, of course, we're going to do a bunch of these for viewers over the course of this weekend and maybe into next week. I would personally rather hit something good for them at this point, because I think the only time we've ever hit something off of a regular soul awakening, not a stone or anything like that, has in fact been for a viewer. So I am happy that that did happen, and I hope in the future we do hit more for viewers, because I really like seeing them get rewarded for letting them let me do their awakenings. But again, it's almost like doing 600 of these and not even seeing a B- tier like last time was really bad. If you remember, last soul awakening session on Gala on our own account, we went to 600 points like we're doing here today, and we didn't even see a single B- or higher copy. I think the only ones we saw were from stones, pretty much like we did at the very beginning of this video here. And it's going to be interesting. We need to do about 100 to 110 awakenings here, so I'm hoping the 3,000-ish contract starry gems we started with is enough. I don't know if it is going to be enough. I really hope it is. Like, really hope it is. If we have to, I guess we'll go to the auction house. We'll buy some stuff up, but we're just going to retire stuff. We're retiring everything we get here, unless it's like an A- or better hero. We're awakening Aspen, so I guess if we do hit a giant killer better, we can sell it, because now that we're on the light meme team, there's really no point saving that stuff up. It's not really going to turn into anything important or useful, so let's just see what this turns out to be. Fingers crossed. I'm still hopeful, just pretty pessimistic that I don't think we're gonna get anything out of this at all. If only the rates were just a little bit better. If only there was a pity timer. Man, imagine if they instituted like even something crazy like a 3,000 or 4,000 times pity timer. I would have already hit it like at least once or twice on my own account. We have definitely done more than that over the course of the history of the Soul Temple, because it's been around for what? Like 2 years now? Wait, is it actually coming up on 2 years? Oh man, I'm actually intrigued now. You know what? Let me do something. Macro. I'm pretty sure I had a macro ready for this, right? Soul Awakening macro. Let's go. So I can do this while I do my own research. I totally forgot I had a macro set up. I totally forgot it was a thing. We do have to pay attention to make sure we don't dip into it, but let me see. Let me see when the original first auction house video ever was. Auction house coming to Idle Heroes, March 20th, 2022. Man, 2022, we had good viewership, man. I had 20,000 views on that thing. Holy cow. Man, if only we could go back to the golden. Even 2022 is still a really good year for views and everything. Ever since 2024, late 2023, People just don't seem to care as much about idle heroes, which is understandable because the game does get all these power systems and everything, and it does start to tire people out. But it's crazy to think we've been over 2 years with the auction house, and it's crazy to think in the very beginning there really wasn't even a black market for trading stuff. I mean, there was, but it wasn't like anything official or anything. I say official, you know what I mean. But kind of crazy to think we've been going that long and how expensive even an A- hero used to go back then. Like an A- hero at the bare minimum was like, what, 60, 70,000 starry gems? It was expensive just to get Giant Killer. Even myself, I think, first Giant, I wonder if we got our first Giant Killer. I don't even know when we did. That was a pretty decent roll. C plus right there. First A-. Let me see if we actually have any record of when we first did it. I don't actually think there is. Yeah, I don't even know when I bought my first Giant Killer copy. I do know it was quite a while, like quite a while down the road, because I was using just like a B plus Vulcan, Doom Terminator Vulcan, for a very long time. Man, been a long journey here. It almost feels like new content coming out though is near impossible without a crazy treasure train. I think, can we all agree that? It doesn't matter if you have Destiny Transition, because we have maxed out Destiny Transition on a lot of heroes. Doesn't matter if you have Defect Artifacts. We have Defect Artifacts on our account. We have maxed out homes, which, yeah, we got like 3 to 4 heroes completely maxed out on Cloud Island. The only thing that's really pushing power nowadays is like, we got All-Star Spawn max. We got Monsters max. We got Guild Tech maxed. We have like Guild Treasure Train max. The only thing we don't have crazy numbers of is regular Treasure Train. We even have like really good power in Festival Treasure Train. So it's kind of crazy to think the end all be all for doing any type of content nowadays is Treasure Train. Out of all the power systems they've added to the game, I think by far the worst part isn't Soul Awakening that we're doing here. It's Treasure Train. I think Treasure Train is hands down the one thing that has sped up the, I guess I would say, decline of idle heroes, just because Treasure Train also made it near impossible for you to compare your account to somebody else's account, because it's just like so far off that, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy because people have such different power levels now. Simply do the train. You get everything else similar on your account and still not be able to clear it, which is just nuts. So let's get our first batch of retirements done. That's only like 30 awakenings right there. Oh, it looks like we actually have some extra copies to retire too, so that does help. That's not too bad. This is not gonna be enough contract starry gems. Holy cow. Even if I burn all of these, which I actually don't know if I want to. Ooh, there's a No, I don't think I want to burn those copies. These are actually like sellable copies, I feel like. Those are just like too good. 1100, huh? Well, that kind of sucks, but okay. Wait, I need to do the first one. I forget. Before I start the macro going again, I need to make sure I do the first one. Otherwise, it will mess up and not pick the right hero to awaken. So, firm, let's go. We can do 10 more. Again, that only puts us up to like 40-ish. I honestly don't even know if I feel like going for 600 points this week. Like getting like some chests and stuff, but getting 600 does give those Divine Aurora power gems. It gives the Scattered Spirit Vein. I might wait till the second half of the week to decide, because at least with what we got right now, we should be able to get the 300 point mark. Ooh. Right, the second you see purple, you're like, that's gonna suck. Because yeah, at least with what we got right here, we should be able to get up to about the 300 point mark with about 50-ish awakenings right here. Oh, more E tiers, more E tiers. Even like, now that I think about it, you got the Soul Temple on here too, which is another huge power system giving raw stats to a hero. I don't even know if that's more powerful than Treasure Train right now. It's probably in combination one of the strongest. But like, I think what's probably soured me is the fact that even upgrading heroes, like being able to upgrade from a B plus to an A- hero, could have been an absolutely amazing system they introduced in the game. And instead, it was like one of the most useless things to add to the game. The percentage of people that actually use anything else besides Soul Awakening in the Soul Temple has got to be such a small percentage. Like, and I'm talking about probably less than 1% of players probably do anything outside of this right here. Man. Tons of E tiers, tons of D tiers. We got 4 more to go before we do have to go and do another section of retiring. Luckily, we did hit that 1 B+, so at least there's a little chunk of Starry Gems we're getting refunded. But unless we hit like a B+ that we can retire, this is going to just keep going into the negative pretty quickly. We have like 100+ Aspen copies. I think it's like 110 literally sitting here prepped, ready to go. I don't even know if we're going to use all of them, especially... Okay, all right. I was going to say, especially when it's a D+, when you get 2 purple streaks. That's just infuriating. But hey, at least we got a C-, which is a refunded hero copy for 100 value. Got 1 more to go. Can we get something good here? Pretty please. I really love that the macro works for us. All right, let's stop the macro. It's another E+, D-. Okay, not bad, but still, we're gonna go ahead and retire. Retire. Wait, I don't know if that EOS was supposed to be held, was it? No, that EOS is pretty garbage. That's pretty garbage. 1800. Okay, I think last time I did mess up and not do it properly, so... How about this? We'll just go until we're pretty much out of contract Starry Gems then. I feel like that's a safe bet, right? Because that way at least we're like not touching our Starry Gems, which is a good positive thing. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Let's see what we can find, if anything at all. The only downside of the macro, it is a little slow, isn't it? And we basically used this macro back when we went to do the Soul Awakening session, which we failed hard on because people went absolutely crazy on that, spending way more value than if they would have just bought something off the auction house. I don't know why people push so hard when it's like you could have spent all those Starry Gems just buying a copy off the auction house. Granted, you get to pick the hero you're using the Awakening Crystal on, but like, come on. There's no way it can be good value. This is painful. Absolutely painful. Give me something good. I mean, the one thing I didn't realize until I did the Soul Awakening session as well is that little like green rainbow flash that happens right when you click to summon. So right here, that little blue explosion turns into like a green rainbowy looking one when you get, I think, an A+ or higher awakening. I always thought it happened on an A- or an A tier as well. The fact that it doesn't does still lead you like at least to some hope that like, oh, I didn't see the green flash, maybe it's still an A- hero copy. But like, I can't even remember the last time I saw a red streak come from the sky that wasn't attached to a B or B+ Soul Awakening stone, or of course A-, A+, S tier, all those fun things. It would be nice if we could somehow get it. Just lift our spirits up today. Not like I'm going to use these Starry Gems for anything anyway, but like, oh, come on. We're bound to hit something good, right? We're bound to get something out of this. 8 more to go. We'll do another retirement after this, and then we'll check to see what our point total is. I feel like we might at least just take a pause, wait, and see. You know what? I kind of want to see where we're at right now anyway. Let me see what our point total looks like. Oh, yeah, we're at 335. Yeah, for the time being, I think we're just going to hold off. Yeah, I'm going to claim the points. Because, again, I mean, that might be wasting a little bit here, but I just don't know if it's worth continuing to go even further in. We only used like 800 there, which is not too bad, but we came up with a big fat 0 essentially on everything. The only thing we got were like 2 B-, one of them from a B- stone. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm a little jaded with Soul Awakenings right now. I'm a little jaded with everything. So if I don't seem as hype as lately, that might be why. It's also why I've been making less videos lately, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see if we can continue to have fun with Idle Heroes. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hopefully your awakenings go much better than mine. I'll see you guys next time.